for coming. This is very emotional for me. I wrote something and the story of me and Motke that I would like to share. 5 years ago, I made a wish that Motke's Bloom's art would show in Los Angeles. Even now, speaking about my first meeting with Motke, which I can still remember so vividly, it is hard to believe how strong of an impression he has made over me, and the strong emotion and connection that I feel toward him as an artist and as a person. 5 years ago, I had visited Hutzot HaYotzer Art Festival in Jerusalem. If some of you don't know, this is an area by the old city. It's a big park where they have big festivals every summer. A lot of artists come and present their art, and it's just fun. So that's where I went. And I remember how while walking down the stairs among the endless crowd of people and enjoying the local galleries, something caught my eye and made me stop. A simple folding table was blocking the entrance to a small gallery. A woman sat by the table, and on the table was a display of small, colorful paintings on canvas. It was probably about maybe 7 by 7 or something like that, really small. Intrigued by the paintings, I stayed a bit longer. I peeked into the open door and saw a working studio, so it wasn't really a fancy gallery, it was a real working studio. There were shelves loaded with piles and piles of paper. I approached the lady at the table. Her name, her name was Anat, and she was the artist's daughter. I asked Anat if I could meet with the artist and visit his studio. I was curious to see what other treasure was hiding behind these walls. I feel so lucky that Motke let me in to see the studio that day. Not only had I found treasure artwork, I also met and made a lifetime connection with his wonderful, humble, warm family. And with Motke, with whom I felt an instant connection. That day, Motke's wife, Shoshana, joined us. We talked about Motke's life, and I discovered that his father, Aryeh, was the shoemaker on the street where I grew up in the city of Netanya. So you have to understand, Netanya wasn't such a big city, and I lived, it was a little bit of a hill, and so my house was there, and down the hill, maybe, I would say not even half a mile, that's where the shoemaker was. So his father Aryeh was the shoemaker on the street where I grew up in the city of Netanya. I remember his shop, and I remember myself as a young child holding my father's hand, bringing him shoes to be repaired. What a small world. I believe that things happen in life for a reason. I have been living in Los Angeles for a long time, and suddenly 30 years after moving to the state, in the city of Jerusalem, I made a connection with an artist who took part in the tapestry of my early childhood. I felt in my heart that there was a reason for this meeting. At that point, I knew I couldn't walk away from this artist and his creations. In Motke's studio that day, as our conversation progressed and we got more comfortable with each other, Motke continuously went back to the back of his studio to bring out more and more painting, packed in folders, all on papers, ready to be displayed. We discussed his life story, his art journey. It was interesting to me. Being an artist myself, he spoke my language. We understood each other. What I love about Motke's art is its freedom. He knows how to work from his heart. I am drawn to his simplicity, but at the same time his power. His delicate line, his minimal palette. With Motke's art, either you get it or you don't. There is no in between. It is honest. He doesn't try to please anyone. His art is either bold or very delicate, but always strong. His black and white images are so expressive, the sadness, the joy, the optimism, and the evil he expressed, all real and alive. Motke draws and paints on whatever paper, cardboard, canvas he can find, like a true artist. You have to understand, when you go to the studio and you start going through all those papers that he draws on, sometimes it looks like it's photographed, you're not sure, and ask him, what is it? He said, oh, I had a photograph of it, so I decided to draw on it. It's like, everything with him is spontaneous. He just does it. It's just wonderful. He doesn't look to be recognized or appreciated for his knowledge or his technique. Rather, his art is a reflection of his personality and his life experiences. Charming, sensitive, and talented. All the evil in this world cannot make Motke lose his humor and his positive outlook on life. I know it is hard to see it. When you look at it, some of it looks very dark. But when you talk to him in person, it's not what you see at all. You see this tall, kind of a Latvian tall person, almost like our teacher, our art teacher. I have a group of artists here, a group of artist friend that we had a teacher by the name Alex Williamsons, who passed away already, that came from Latvia. And it's pretty much the same type of persona. Very calm, very positive, doesn't drag on the past, and with a sense of humor. Maybe that's also why I was drawn to it, maybe the connection to our teacher. There was so much similarity. Yeah. In the personality, anyway. Motke doesn't copy what he sees, but express what he feels. When I asked him from where he draws his images, he said, I just sit there and they just come out of my hand. He doesn't think nor plan his paintings and drawings. His imaginations, memories, desire, hopes are all there inside him and in his paintings. Motke's paintings of the Holocaust are powerful, are forceful, hard, and hit the viewer in the gut. Like that's how I felt when I came to his studio. It's like, I felt like a punch. It's like, I couldn't breathe. I sat there for 3 hours talking to him, and then after I spoke to him for 3 hours, I said, you know what, Motke, I really want to write something for you, but this is so overwhelming to me. I can't do it right now. Can I come again tomorrow? Would you mind? And he said, sure, with a smile on your face, sure. And I came the next day and I sat for another 4 hours with him. So that's Motke. They depict how ultimate evil contrasts with hope, which at times it is bound or lost, but really is always there in the symbol of a dove, the angel, or the white light. He had another exhibit. I'm sorry, I go beyond my. I hope it's okay that I'm telling you the story a little bit further than what I wrote. Like 2 years later, I was in Jerusalem and he had a big exhibit. I think it was Yonata Shalom, the Dove of Peace, I think the name was. And it was in this gallery, it was, I think, Beta Omanim in Jerusalem, if somebody knows. I think this is the name, which is like an artist, kind of a home colony or something. The whole house is made of Jerusalem stones, so the house itself already has power. And then we walked to the second floor, and I think there were maybe 3 rooms or 4 rooms with all his Holocaust drawings, where he was very, very strong. Some of them you can see on the video here. And they were actually pinned to the wall. They were not framed. And I got shivered when I saw that. So that, and a lot of doves. In every horror drawing, we had a dove somewhere. So maybe you can see maybe there is a couple of doves here, but he really drew a lot of doves between those horrors. In this exhibit, the choice was made to go beyond the Holocaust. You will see paintings that portray the continuation of life, the humor and hope, and essentially depict who Motke really is, independent of the Holocaust and her horrors. Thank you, Motke, for offering us this opening to your soul. I would like to thank Shoshana, Motke's wife, for your kindness and for approving this journey. Thank you, my dear friend Linda Wasserman, I don't think she's here today, for helping me make the first connection with the museum. Thank you, Anat, Motke's daughter, for all your hard work and your dedication and patience. And in the name of the Bloom family, I would like to thank this honorable museum, the Los Angeles Museum of the Holocaust, and everyone that took part in making this show happen, for bringing Motke's Bloom story to life, and for making my wish come true. There are too many names like Sam and Lisa that's here, and Shoshana and Sian, who I think I pronounced her name right, Sian, is that how you? Sian, she's the one who curated the show. Yeah, actually she's the one who chose the painting, I think, right? I really would like to thank all of you and beyond, the people who I don't know their name and took part of it, because you made a really wonderful work here and put this whole thing together. I'm really impressed. Thank you. And I know the family will be impressed because I send them a photograph every moment. I'm sorry. Having this show on this special day, Yom HaShoah, which also happens to be Motke's 91st birthday, makes it a very meaningful event. I have been told by his family that we have all made Motke very happy and proud that his message had been delivered. On this occasion, I would like to wish Motke good health, happiness, and more years of creativity. And I hope his painting speaks to all of you, like they did to me on that day in Jerusalem. Thank you. And one more request. As per Motke's daughter request, there is a guest book at the table. Motke loves to read what people write about his art. And I'm going to Israel in June, and I would like to take it with me to read it. Okay, so please put a note down. I'll be highly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Dafna, for bringing us really the soul of Motke to the museum.